Hello, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. I'm Chancellor Sonones Moraz. In the last episode, we completed all of the crew chats, basically exhausted all their dialogue that was available to us. There's still some more available to us after we complete their personal quests, so before the end of the game, I'm gonna talk to them once more so that we could experience that. But other than that, we're basically done with chatting with our companions. Oh, we also started. We officially joined the. Not joined. We officially began the Alistair romance. So now he is ours forever and whatnot. We're going to the Dalish Elves. I'm gonna take
Yes.
Azevran,
Yes.
Win, and I don't want. I want two tanks. I kind of want to bring Liliana, but also I'm kind of scared that we're not tanky enough. So I might bring Shale, or I could bring Sten, or I could bring Alistair. I've been doing pretty well with Shale though, like having her be like main tank, and I kind of just disable, enemies and whatnot. We're almost level 18, meaning we could almost get Dragonbone versions of our armor. So yeah. Oh yeah, we were in the deep roads, but I don't know why we're over there. Is that because that's where the stone prisoner thing is? So as a recap for the Dalish Elf story, what's his name? Zathrian wants us to. I should be focusing on your abilities. Zathrian wants us to.
Shale, why do you refer to me as the Elder Mage?
Clearly because it is purple and a hyena.
Then you simply wish to be perverse? Surely you're better than that.
I have found that I'm allowed precious few amusements. Since so many prefer to call me Gollum, I enjoy referring to them in a similar fashion.
Oh, very well. But could you at least use a different adjective? I do not wish my age to be my defining characteristic.
As the fussy mage desires.
I give up.
So basically Zathrian would help us with the treaties, but his people are afflicted with a werewolf curse. He wants us to go into the woods and kill the spirit that is causing this curse. And yeah, we can also help out the elves of the area.
I am Athras.
With
I
problems.
hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
They have been a bit suspicious.
It is not our intention to insult a Grey Warden. We are simply wrapped up in the plight of our hunters. It is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
Forbidden you?
We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper.
Why do you want to enter the forest?
That is a tale I am not sure I should tell an outsider. Surely you have greater concerns than my problems, stranger.
Please, I'd like to hear about it.
It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger, but perhaps you can help me. My wife Danilah and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Danilah is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her.
And if she was a werewolf, and the elf chased her and then found her, what then? Sweet, blissful reunion?
I don't know. Maybe she would know me as her love, even still?
More likely she would love to eat you.
If I could just know if Danilah is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
I will seek her out in the forest.
I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much, but I would be happy to give it to you in return for any news.
I still kind of want to have Liliana, because I don't remember if I have Severin with perfect lock picking. He doesn't have any lockpicking, so.
Pigeon crap.
But I do want Zevran as a thing.
Indeed.
So maybe I'll dual rogue it. Let's see how this works. I should also give him some weapons. Interrupt spellcasting. And you're not strong enough to wield the other thing. Didge. Stronger, because it's alright. Yeah. Let's go with that. Doesn't have any rings. Boom. That's fine. Your armor's pretty not been worked with, so he might drop a lot, but I'll try to keep myself more defensive than damaging, so that I take less damage, so hopefully that'll help out. Sorel.
We few wanderers greet you, Shemlin. We understand you are venturing into the haunted forest to save our brethren. I suspect your efforts may be in vain. An entire group of our hunters went into the forest to do as you intend, and they have not returned.
If I'm lucky, maybe I could find them.
An outsider to the rescue, but of course. What were we doing trying to solve our own problems?
I'm just trying to help your people.
Nothing will help us now. Least of all the meddling of an outsider.
You are being most unkind, Cyril. Would you refuse our hunters' help simply because of the hand that offered it?
You shame me, Lethalan. I have allowed my bitterness to cloud my better judgment. Forgive me, Grey Warden. It is most difficult to forget the lessons the Shemlin have taught us.
It is even more difficult when you live amongst them, trust me.
Perhaps I can yet make amends. Stay while I spin a tale for our children. And then I will tell you of the forest if you desire.
Yes, I'd like that.
Come and join us then, all of you. Now, what say we tell the story of the fall of the Dales? Which of you children knows that best?
I think I do.
Yes? Then come, child. Oh, don't be frightened of the outsiders. Now, where do you suppose such a tale should begin?
When we were slaves?
Yes. Long ago, our people were slaves to an empire the Shemlin had built on the darkest magic. They took away our history and our language and left us nothing. And then that empire fell, and we were freed.
Because Andraste came with her army, and Shartan joined her.
Yes. Andraste, the Shemlin prophet, came out of the south and challenged the Tevinter Imperium. Our ancestor, Shartan, fought at her side. And when the rebellion came to an end, we were given a new homeland in the west, the Dales. We began to rebuild the culture and history we had lost in our years of slavery. We worshipped the creators and made the Dales our home. Perhaps you know what happened next, stranger. Do you know what happened to the Dales?
You started a war with us and lost.
We started the war, did we? And you, child, what do you believe happened to the Dales?
The Shemlin wouldn't let us be.
Indeed. They resented that we would not worship their maker, and they resented our ways because they were so different from their own. The Shemlin nations grew cold towards the Dales. They called us blasphemers and tyrants, and declared war upon us, a great crusade.
It's a war you started, I'm told. Which I think was actually
Told by
true.
who? A history that has been dictated by the victors, no doubt. Oh, I am certain we played a part in our downfall. We believed that the Shemlin would not revoke their prophet's gift so lightly. We were wrong. They took our lands, forcing us to abandon our gods and live as beggars in Shemlin cities. But there were those of us who refused to abandon our ways. They emblazoned the symbols of the creators upon their flesh and vowed to keep their ancient lore alive.
That's us. That's the Dalish.
Indeed, child. We chose to wander, homeless, rather than be ruled by the Shemlin. And all our clans wander alone until the day we have a homeland once more.
Then we bring the old ways back to our people, because they have forgotten it all.
For we are the Dalish, the keepers of the lost law.
The walkers of the lonely path.
We are the Elvenan, and never again shall we submit. And that is the tale of the Dales, stranger. Thank you for allowing us to tell it to you.
Perhaps you'll allow me to tell a story as well?
Perhaps another time. You are the guest here, and one who may yet prove of great help to our ailing hunters. Now, as I said I would, I can tell you what I know of the Brazilian forest. Do you wish to hear it?
Yes, tell me of the forest.
Our legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. The people of the Imperium came here and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both.
And?
So much death in one place tore the veil into the beyond. The Shemlin know the beyond as the Fade, the place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into our world freely. The legends say that one great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves.
So there are many spirits in the forest?
The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees, the wolves, even the bodies of the dead. They yearn for true life, you see.
Does Witherfang still exist today?
So Zathrian insists. He says that Witherfang does not age as the werewolves do. Witherfang is as much spirit as it is beast, and thus it is immortal. Perhaps it cannot even be slain. At the very least, it is old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself.
There were many battles in the forest?
Who can say what value the Imperium placed on this land? And how many elves died here in slavery? Even the barbarians who came to overthrow the Imperium fought and died on this soil.
How many werewolves are there?
No one knows. When the Shemlin lived in these parts, the curse would spread anew to a few of them with each passing year. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen again. Eventually, all the Shemlin left. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new blood. Until now, that is.
Have the hunters become werewolves?
It is said that one or two have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. As for the rest, they will either die or turn, unless they are killed out of mercy. I would rather die than become a ravening, soulless beast. Wouldn't you?
That's all I need to know.
One last warning. The forest is like a thing alive. It changes as it wills, closing paths behind you and opening up new ones. Too many have become lost within, unable to find their way out. Were I you, I would endeavor not to make the forest my enemy.
Hello.
Is there something you need?
Have you ever heard of an elf named Anarin?
I appreciate you trying to find him, but what are the chances?
Anarin the healer?
You know Anarin?
He lives? No, it can't be him. Perhaps it is a common elven name.
No, I know of only one Anarin.
Ah, it makes sense. Anarin said that he was from the human cities. You are old friends, then?
If it is the same Anarin, then yes, Wynn knows him.
If you seek Anarin, you must venture into the forest. He prefers to be amidst the trees and the animals.
Thank you all so much.
What do you know about the werewolves?
We know only what Zathrian has told us over the years. I never saw one myself until the attack.
They're so mindless. How did they ambush you?
Some of us have wondered. The Keeper says they are simply cunning, that any beast can lie in wait. But this seemed more than that. It was planned. These are no simple beasts. Then the real question is why the Keeper would insist that it is not so.
Why would he lie?
I do not believe he would. But even the wisest of men do not always see the truth in front of them, nor do they always wish to.
How does one fight them?
The hunters say they have strength and speed far beyond what's ordinary, and are as tough as such beasts come. Like wolves, they hunt in packs so as to combine their strength. But in the end, a blade kills them as surely as it does any other. What you need to fear is their bite. If you're infected, you are done. Though not right away, and not all at once.
Do they have strange abilities?
As you know, they can shapeshift into wolves, allowing them to hide amidst the true wolves.
Is there a way to prevent being afflicted with their curse?
Other than not to get bitten? Not that I know of.
That child's sitting on nothing, I just realized. Alright, that's enough.
Of course. You wish something else?
I should go.
Dareth Shirol.
Cammon. Hello.
Hello?
Hello yourself. Who are you?
I am Cammon, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
Well, I can't. So be one and stop pushing for it.
Never mind. Just go away and leave me alone.
Oh, oops.
I told you to leave me alone.
Tell me what your problem is.
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand.
Try me. I might surprise you.
I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But the real problem is Gaina.
Who's Gaina?
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
Can I ask you some questions?
I don't think there's anything I can tell you. My clanmates in the camp would be better at that. There's nothing more for us to speak of. Go away.
Look, if you'll just listen.
No. Leave me be.
Such an idiot child. Hello, Gaina. You could talk to him and he could be like, I'll get you a wolf pelt. But I feel like it's kind of cheap if you do the hunting for him. Care to answer my questions?
I am not sure what I can tell you, but I shall try.
I'd like to, want to know more about your people.
You should speak to Lanaya. She's the Keeper's first and knows much of such questions.
Tell me the first.
You would be best to speak to Seyrel. He is our storyteller and knows far more of such tales.
What can you tell me about Zathrian?
Zathrian? He has been our keeper since long before my parents' parents were born. What could you wish to know about him?
Just how old is Zathrian exactly?
I don't know. Very old. It is said that Zathrian may be one of the first to become as our ancestors were long ago, immortal.
How could that be? Why him and not others?
We all live longer than the Flat Ears, the elves who live with humans. The Keepers even more so because of their knowledge of the old ways. Why Zathrian differs from the others, I do not know. Perhaps he has been blessed by the creators.
Huh. What's a keeper exactly?
He keeps us safe, and he keeps the knowledge of our people safe, so we may bring it to all of our people one day.
What knowledge is that exactly?
The ways of our ancestors, of course, from the time of our Lathan, before the human empire enslaved our people.
Where does he get this knowledge?
From the other clans. and from the artifacts we uncover in our travels. Everywhere the old empire was, so went their slaves. Pieces of our past lie everywhere.
Bring it to all of your people?
To the Flat Ears, those who live with the humans. When we have a new homeland to settle in, we shall teach all elves the ways they have forgotten.
I have a question about
Yes.
Zelfian. Never mind, I want to know something
What
else.
is that?
You're Gehenna, right? Canon
You
mentioned
spoke to
you.
him? What did he say?
He said you refused him to give you. You refused to give him your hand.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Kamen. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
If you love him, it doesn't matter what he does it?
But what if he never becomes a proper hunter? What will become of our family?
If you love him and believe in him, and help him succeed. Oh, sorry. If you love him, then believe in him and help him succeed.
Oh, you
I was like,
are
that doesn't sound right.
I have made poor Kamen miserable. No wonder he cannot complete his hunt. Masiranas, thank you. You have helped me put this into perspective. I will go and speak to Kamen.
So, if you're cruel, you could either, as a man, bed Gehenna, or as a
Kamen,
woman,
I have been a
bed
fool.
Kamen,
What do you mean?
and ruin the
Have you
relationship.
changed your mind?
Or you could just
I have.
ruin the relationship
The
by
outsider
talking.
has helped me to see that I was wrong. I have made you miserable, and I should not have.
But what about my hunt?
I don't care about that. I know you will pass your hunt in time, and we will be happy. Us and our children.
Thank you, Gaina. You've made me a happy man. I feel blessed by the gods today.
As I mentioned, if you talk to him properly, he'll tell
We
you,
are both
or
very
he'll
grateful for the
convince
part you
you,
played in bringing us
or you could
together.
convince him to kill
How
a
marvelous
wolf
you are.
for
I'm
you,
so happy.
for him,
This is so wonderful.
and get like him a
Young
pelt.
love allowed to flourish.
Here, take this. It's been in my family for a very long time, but I hope it plays some part in your battle against the Darkspawn.
Gives
It's
you
the
like a
very
book
least
or
we could do.
something. Books. Right, he gives a... maybe it's a... Other? Yeah. Tale of Elorin. This book is from Canon, relates to Elorin in its most cherished form. So Canon's lament is complete.
I hear only the Dalish can control the Hala. They listen to no one else.
The Hala. Basically, deer. Fantasy deer. Hello, Elora.
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach.
Who are you?
My name is Elora. I am the master herder in charge of caring for the Hala. Not as exciting as being a Grey Warden, but the Hala are vital to us.
What is a Hala?
They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel. What humans call landships. They are our companions and our guides.
You make them sound like friends.
That is exactly what they are, in fact. We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
Why have you separated this one from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery. For her sake, as well as that of the others.
Is there anything that I could do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
I don't have any survival. try to calm the Vala?
No. No, I'm sorry. She isn't calming any more around you than she is for me.
Examine? I don't have any survival skills.
And? What do you think?
I can't truly tell.
I am glad you attempted it regardless.
I should go.
I will watch her for a while longer and see if her condition changes. I am grateful for your assistance, friend.
Yeah, I don't have the skills to... I thought maybe like persuasion, but
As you wish.
it's actually just survival. And I don't have any of them. I mean, I could grab one, like, or have a point in it. But I could like grab some extra. But I have to level up first. And I can't remember if the next level up is sufficient for it. Have I talked to you, Varathon?
What do you wish?
Yeah, I have.
I am no merchant, but let us trade.
I have promised him that I would get him... Get rid of these. I should have went to I don't need this. These. This. 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 I don't need the potent. Do you have oh, you do have energy kits. Needs the strong variant, but should be efficient. I should still find my way. Lenala.
I am told you were
Lenala.
instrumental
Not
in bringing our
Nyala.
Kamen and Gaina together.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing, is it?
Not strictly speaking, though by our traditions, Kamen is still Dalin, a child. It is not an appropriate match at this time.
It will be soon enough, won't it?
We try to teach our young to wean themselves off the impatience that humans suffer from. Their belief that everything must happen now is what destroyed us long ago. But there's no real harm in what you did. I do not doubt your intentions were good.
I mean, what about yourself?
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
How did you come to the Dalish if you were so young?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
Sorry, it must have
It
been
was.
horrible.
The long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
You said the Dalish rescued you from the bandits?
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
Didn't you have a family you couldn't... Oh, I mean, I know this is not true, but...
It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with the man who rescued me. The clan is my family. Any others out there? It's best they believe that little girl died with her parents. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this, and the knowledge of a keeper as well. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road except pain, however.
How did you become a keeper?
I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. Though because I was not born into the clan, becoming his first was very difficult.
I thought if you're a mage, you
We Dalish
basically
have
are a
old
first.
traditions. The clans come from the ranks of the nobility that once ruled the
Guess I'm
Dales, you
wrong.
see. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of Arlathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood.
Do they resent your success?
No. Zathrian told me that time would take away their prejudices, and it did. They became used to me. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future.
Why are the Dalish so hostile?
They have reason. Since the days of Arlathan, my people have been either subjugated or homeless.
But I'm not responsible for what's done to the elves.
Aren't you? You're human. And to many of them, you represent the humiliations our people have suffered for generations. You may not have been personally responsible, but such feelings are not easily overruled by logic or fairness.
You are Tassel. I wouldn't act like them, I would change things.
Oh? That is easy to say when you are not a homeless wanderer of a broken people. It is all we can do to cling onto our past now. Perhaps this may change one day, but I believe the humans would have to
Presenting
take the
humans
first
is all you
steps,
could do to cling
if they
onto
are
your
capable.
past. Okay, I see. You're one of those people, just like the Witcher's elves. The only thing I could do is hate the humans, because it's all I know. I just wish my things were better. I mean, at least the Dalish actually are trying to move away from human society to create their own thing, unlike the elves of The Witcher, so I give them props for that. Where's this Arlathan you mentioned?
It was our ancestral home, long ago when the humans first came to these lands. We were free then, and immortal. We did not know how to deal with the humans, and in the end, they turned their power against us and destroyed Arlathan. Our ancestors were enslaved, and our culture lost forever.
Oh god, what was that? Does Arlathan still exist?
Not to my knowledge. According to the old tales, the human mages sank Arlathan into the ground, crushing it beneath the rock.
Huh. But the elves were eventually freed, right?
Yes, after a millennium of slavery, Andraste herself freed our people. She who was your maker's chosen.
But you don't worship the Maker?
We worship the creators, as we always have. We give thanks to Andraste for her part in our freedom, but we do not worship her, or her god.
Didn't Arlathan fight back?
The Tevinter Imperium was a force to be reckoned with. It was ruled by mages with powerful blood magic. Though Arlathan fought, they lost.
Elves were immortal then.
They died, but not of an aged body as other races do. Not until the humans came. According to the legends, association with humans caused us to quicken. Our blood sped, and we began to age. So we avoided them naturally. And then we were enslaved by them for 1,000 years. And in so doing, we all were quickened permanently and our immortality destroyed. Or so the old tales say.
Perhaps. But you could get your lifespan back, no?
In time and with seclusion. We Dalish have lengthy lifespans, and they will get longer. Zathrian himself has lived many centuries, though that is unusual even for us.
So you lost the war. You wouldn't be the first.
One wonders why we weren't more prepared when the humans conquered our second homeland. We will be more cautious if we ever have a third.
Your homeland was the Dales, I thought.
That was our second homeland. Our first was the great city of Arlathan. The Dales came when they were freed from enslavement. Elves everywhere journeyed hundreds and thousands of miles to the Dales, eager to start their lives anew. They called it the Long Walk. They reached the Dales and made it their own. And one day it was taken from us too, and you wonder why we are hostile.
There's no way to get on your clan's good side?
It requires an individual to prove he is not the outsider we have come to expect. Your own task to help our clan is certainly a step in the right direction.
Assume it's he, shall you? Wanted to ask you something else.
Certainly.
What does a keeper do exactly?
A keeper is, first and foremost, the leader of the clan. He decides where we go and when we shall move. He's also responsible for knowing the clan's ancient lore and passing it on to the others in the clan. Without a keeper, the clan's knowledge is lost forever, so the clan protects him like no other.
Oh. Tell me about Zathrian.
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
Lost much? What has he lost?
He lost his family a very long time ago. I don't know the story, but I understand the circumstances were horrific.
Huh.
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you.
Oops,
I came to the Dalish out of...
I meant to hit 2, not 1.
Darth...
Arlathan Part 1. Zathrian.
Yes. What is it you need? Have you news?
I've spoken to Lanaya about you.
And what did she have to say?
Said you've been a keeper for a very long time.
That's true. Hundreds of years, if you must know. Slowly, the Dalish will all know once again the agelessness of the elves. For now, only a few of us have regained that ability. But I cannot say any more on that. I trust your curiosity is sated.
Told me you lost your family, but wouldn't say how.
I would rather not speak of it.
It's
It
very
is very painful for
random
me,
question to
even
ask
now
someone.
after so long. The werewolves were responsible. That is all you need to know, and should adequately explain my hatred of them, no? Let us leave it at that.
So you just see them as mindless beasts.
Make them quick, if you please.
Who
I have much to
murdered
do
your
here.
child.
My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
Okay, tell me what happened to Daniela?
She was one of the first to succumb to the curse. She is dead.
You sure about that? Athras doesn't seem to think so.
Athras is a grief-stricken...
Hey, I said it right.
That does not exist. He will accept what has happened in time.
I'm so proud of myself. How do I find Witherfang? Do you have any advice?
Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest.
Alright. Can you tell me about the curse
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
Alright. So did all the werewolves everywhere stem from Witherfang?
No. The ones from this forest, however, do.
So if a werewolf fights me, then I become infected.
It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be bitten.
How do you know if you've been affected by the curse?
You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal.
How did this curse start?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish.
Okay.
Go on then.
Good cheat.
I must return.
Oh wait,
to caring for
Sayrel,
Abby.
not
Creator's speed on your way.
Sanaya. Okay, I believe that's all the people. Unless Sayrel has a new information about how the curse started.
Gaina and Cammon together, I see. Strange that you should take the time to involve yourself in that affair, of all things.
Oh, what do you know about...
Dar-
yeah, same thing. Alright, let's actually get inside the Brazilian forest.